How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we have a special video. The channel recently passed 1,000 subscribers. That's really great. It's crazy to think we made it this far, and of course I have to give a big thank you to you guys who subscribed. YouTube has been a really positive experience with me, and interactions for you with me and you have always seemed so good. I mean, yeah, you get a few crazy out of nowhere comments every now and then, but for the most part, you guys are honest to goodness horror movie fans, and you want to talk and interact and you know, just say something about the movies, which is, I think, pretty much why I do this. One of the biggest motivating factors for making these videos is how talking about a movie can kind of, you know, make it feel more real, make you connect with the movie better, make you think a little deeper. And I think talking about a movie after having seen it is kind of an important step in the engagement with a movie. So that's where we have my videos. But then when I hear back from you guys, I mean, you know, likes and views are fun and all, but I really appreciate the comments the most because I like to hear what you guys in turn also thought of the movie. And YouTube has been a really fun and positive experience for me. And I know that this has been kind of a long road getting here. I've had the channel for quite some time, and I wasn't ever really super concerned with growth. I could have gotten to this point a lot faster, but I wanted to get here on the path that I knew was right and not just chase the numbers, you know? There are several, like, tricks, you know, like the whole best movie ever, worst movie ever, put some random outlandish claim in your thumbnail just to generate clicks because it's all about chasing the clicks. And then there's, like, what I really hate is those channels that take some out of context thing from the movie and sometimes even try to pitch it as a real story instead of a movie. So you're not going to have Texas Chainsaw Massacre review. You'll have a YouTube video that's called something like, "This man ate people and skinned their faces." And it's like, when I see content like that, I can't help but think that that's not super healthy, you know? So I wanted to do this my own way, and I wanted to make the videos that I wanted to make. And I know that it's not, you know, it's not funny, it's not super, you know, in your face or overproduced or anything. For the most part, my videos are just me, very little edits, and just talking about the movie pretty straight and raw for like 10 to 15 minutes. And the thing is, I know it's not flashy, but I like to think that there's some substance and that there's some honesty behind what I do. And in turn, yeah, it's not the biggest thing ever, and it's taken me a while to get to 1,000, but I feel like I've done it in a way that, you know, keeps the soul of the channel, you know? Now, there is obviously, with getting to 1,000, kind of an elephant in the room, and that is, I think I might be eligible for monetization. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked into that, and I know there are other criteria you need to meet. And I don't know. Maybe. The thing with YouTube is they will play ads before non-monetized videos every now and then just to pay for hosting, I think they said, so you might see an ad before one of mine. And to be honest, I think sometimes it's just when you click on a really old video, YouTube needs a second to think and will throw that ad up just to distract you. But they seem to be doing that more and more, and ads have gotten longer and longer and progressively more annoying, or maybe I'm just getting older. But I do use YouTube myself. I do watch a ton of videos, and I know how much of a pain in the butt they can be. So I don't know. I mean, I don't really make a lot of money myself at the moment, and I know that ads could help, And also, I do want to make films, and in turn, you do need a budget for that. On my channel this year, I actually put up 2 short films, and those are really great and fun to do, and I love movies, I want to make them. But that being said, I know that YouTube doesn't give you that much money for ads. I don't know where my future stands on this, and I know there are other ways to make money, but gee, trying to look up that stuff, oh man, there's so many just hype men that are like, you can make $1 million in a month if you just follow my simple strategy. And no, that's bunk, and don't listen to them. And trying to figure out honest things from a business standpoint can be really hard. So I don't know where I stand with money in the future, but that being said, that was never really the channel's goal. It's just an opportunity that I think I might have, and I don't really know about it. So yeah, whatever. Not a huge concern. What I think is a bigger deal is the content, and I hope that it's staying good for you guys. My general schedule at the moment is I usually like to post 6 videos a week, and I try to make sure that 3 of them are usually movies. I mean, this is the Movie Castle, but I want to cover so many different things that I do acknowledge it can get a little crazy and random around here. Like, for example, the first time I ever talked about a comic, in the back of my head I was like, can I talk about a comic? This is the Movie Castle. But I wanted to do it because I wanted to do it, you know? And comics are something I care about, something that I read, and it's kind of gotten to the point where if I read a book or watch a movie, I kind of want to talk about it on here, you know, just because it's what I'm consuming, and I feel I need to talk about it. And so I talk about comics, and it does seem a little off topic, but I am glad that I'm supporting them as well. Like, there's one guy in a recent video I covered an American Psycho comic book, and he said, I didn't know that this thing came out, thanks for telling me. And I'm like, that is a large part of why I want to cover comics, is simply so that, you know, people know and that there's more of a space for them. But I also, I do kind of get on random trends, and you know, something just pops into my head and sticks there. Like, after the Fear Street movies, I got curious about the books, and then recently I've been reading a ton of R.L. Stine. Goosebumps and Fear Street, I cover those every so often here, and I do kind of wonder if you guys are like, whoa, you talk about R-rated movies like Terrifier, and then you're going into young adult horror novels. There's no plan. I just talk about whatever's on my mind, and in turn it can get random and all over the place. I started talking about manga recently, and I know, I wonder if some people like, what is this, a manga channel now? And again, it's no real plan, no real goal. It's just, I saw The Liminal Zone on the shelf, and I was like, man, I miss reading Junji Ito from college. I should read him again. And then that spiraled into talking about Chainsaw Man and Blood on the Tracks. And it really is, yeah, just whatever my mind comes across. And that's the case with the movies as well. Like, recently I've been on a bit of a found footage kick, and I've been talking about a bunch of those. Christmas this year, it wasn't really a plan, but I found a Rankin Boss Blu-ray, and I talked about a ton of those. It's whatever's on my mind, whatever I'm chasing after. But I do acknowledge that sometimes that leaves stuff in the dust, you know, talking about a ton of found footage, but in the past I talked about a ton of zombie movies, and it's honestly been a while since I talked about a Hammer film, and I do need to go back and do some more of those. But the thing is, I know that I have to have that energy, and that energy means just chasing after whatever random direction my brain happens to be pointing in, and it can be anywhere, you know? Oh, it's it's Hammer now it's found footage, now it's J-horror. And I don't I don't know where I'm going, but I think what gets me is thinking about it fourth dimensionally. Is I'll make all these videos and the order kind of matters in the moment, but way in the future you're going to be able to watch these videos whenever, and it's as long as they actually get done, then they'll be there. You know, it's been a while since I talked about a zombie movie, but those zombie movies I talked about will always be there, and I may need to get to something that I haven't got to yet, but as long as I eventually do. So, yeah, the channel's a bit of a chaotic mess, but at the same time that keeps things surprising and keeps things interesting. And I do hope to have a little bit more of a plan, and I do hope to get a little farther ahead in the scheduled videos, but I don't know. I'll do what I do, I guess. That being said, though, I do want to say I will return in regards to chaotic mess and not getting to things. I will return to making reviews for Tales from the Dark Side episodes. That was something I used to do like once a week, but doing something over and over again and keeping a consistent schedule whether you're feeling like it or not, and then plus getting through some of those season 3 episodes. But I think I'm gonna try to do it every other week coming next year, and I'll try to stick some other TV thing in the alternating. I do have a plan and I do have things I want to do, but it is loose. But just know that if there is something that's missing, I do want to get to it eventually, but everything is scrambled over here, so I don't know. And I guess that's the two big things to take away from this video. Is one, thank you guys for supporting me and checking in, and two, no, I have no idea what I'm doing and I have no idea what's next. So I just want to say thanks, and thanks for sticking with me through all this, and I hope to cover more things soon. So thank you. Anyway, if you guys want to see more from me, I'll put a relevant playlist down here. To everyone who's liked, commented, and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.